Hello, fifth grade. Joseph here to do our next class virtual session from my home. Let's begin. We just saw in our book how we live in the Northern Hemisphere. And we also saw how Spain corresponds to and corresponds with a latitude and a longitude to define our position on the earth. Now what we're going to do is a simple activity, a drawing activity, to really understand cardinal directions and where we are going, where we are located in relation to the sun. Now, of course, you have to know more or less what time it is, or is it in the morning, or is it in the evening? Very simple, just thinking about how long have you been awake? Have I been awake for 6 hours, 1 hour, 10 hours? Depending on how long you've been awake, you can calculate if you're looking at the sun on the horizon, if it's the east or if it's the west. So let's begin. We're going to do a simple drawing exercise. And what you will need is you'll need a piece of paper, a piece of A4 paper. It doesn't have to be perfectly clean. You can use whatever you need, but I'm sure some of you will have this A4 paper at home. If not, use a bigger piece of paper and fold it to cut down. That works. So what we're going to do is we're going to imagine that this piece of paper is my whiteboard. Okay? We're going to use my whiteboard as this piece of paper. Let's begin. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to imagine that we went down to Sevilla. If a lot of you are in Gines, we went down to Sevilla and we went to the bridge, the Alamillo Bridge. And the Alamillo Bridge, imagine that you climb up to the top of the Alamillo Bridge on the point where there's a little circle, and imagine you're sitting up there. That's where we're going to be. So we're going to draw a person with their back to the camera, and we're going to draw them in the bottom right-hand corner. So take your pencil, okay, bottom right-hand corner, and let's just draw an easy, simple drawing of a person. So we'll start sitting down, cross-legged. So first we'll draw the person. Let's say these are their legs. Here's the torso. We're going to draw their hands coming down. There's their arms. There's their shoulders. And now we're just going to draw a circle. Let's just say we're sitting like this. And we're sitting on a platform that looks like this. Okay, and we're looking that way. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, because of the position of the Earth, the sun is always going to be in the southern sky or towards the south. First, we're going to start by drawing our horizon line on our paper. We start on the left. Follow me. Do this step with me. And we're going to go across. We're going to leave a little space here. And we're going to continue. That's our horizon line. This is the horizon. So we're going to write south. We're going to be looking at the south. Follow along with me. We're going to go like this. And the river is going to go like this, and it's going to open up. Now that's the Guadalquivir. And here we're going to draw a landmark. A landmark is something we use to help us understand and know where we are. A landmark is something on the land that marks or tells you where you are. For example, I'm going to put a landmark here. I'm going to put the Giraldas. Okay, that's my version of the Giralda. It's not perfect, of course, but that's my version, okay? It's just a simple landmark. So we know the Giralda is over here, and on the right side, we're going to write the word Gines, because that's where Gines is going to be. So here we're going to write Gines. Okay, Gines is over there. And this is what we have, two landmarks. We have Gines over here, and we have the Giralda over there. Okay, so now we're sitting on our Alamillo Bridge. We're looking at the south, and we're going to look at our landmark, La Giralda, and we're going to look at Gines over here. Now, this this river, the Guadalquivir, is going south. It's going to the ocean. It's going to Sanlúcar de Barrameda. It's going to Cádiz. So down here, really small, we're going to write in this direction, Cádiz. Looking here like this. We're looking at the south. This means that down here is the north. Down, south, north. And if that's the north, this is the south. We know that this side, what? Is going to be east or west? Correct. It's going to be east. East. And Gines, in relation to Sevilla, is always going to be towards the west. Here we're going to write west. Now, we didn't write it right here because we're going to do a special drawing. Now, we're going to write a message here. This is the same message we wrote on the wall the other day at school with chalk. Okay? I'm sure you remember. The sun rises in the east. Looking at the southern sky, the sun rises in the east, and it goes over, and now we're going to draw another sun over here. So we're going to draw an arrow, like so. And in the center, we're going to write our message. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. This may seem very simple and fundamental because it is, but I promise you, this understanding of the sun is what I use the most when I'm walking around Sevilla, when I'm walking around the countryside, and it's either early in the morning or late at night. I look at the sun, where is it? And I say the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, and then I know where I'm going. Now you may say, Joseph, what happens if the sun is directly above you, Joseph? What if it's 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, depending on the time of the year? What happens, Joseph, if the sun is directly above me? How do I know where I'm going? That's what we're going to look at right now in the next video about compasses. You can use a compass to tell you in which direction are you going if it's midday. In the next video, we're also going to look at this idea of GPS, the Global Positioning System, that we use every day on our phones, in our cars, to get where we need to go. See you in the next video.